From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big night on LALATE Crypto Today. In this news broadcast, we're going to go over the latest news about your cryptocurrency this evening. We're going to go over the major coins, where they moved, and where they're heading. We had the breaking news this morning that signaled that there could be another market downturn this week. I'll go over the details. We'll go over why we learned this morning more details about those two downturns last week that signals there could be a third and a far bigger downturn. We'll get into a series of charts, anywhere from Dogecoin to Cardano to KUSAMA, Aave, Polygon, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, and we'll see how some coins have rebounded from two crashes last week and some have not. We'll go over price predictions for the new 24-hour window, and we'll see where we could be landing later this week. I have a lot of charts, a lot of coins, a lot of top coin predictions of 2021. I'll show you the top coins to invest in this year of 2021 and the top investments you should consider when considering your cryptocurrency picks. We'll go over where the prices are heading and where the charts are not going, and we'll get to the details starting right now. This is LALATE. Hope you're having a beautiful evening. In this recording, we have a lot to detail. And first, subscribe. 400,000 subscribers. A YouTube record in 1 year. Wow. Next stop, 1 million. So hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. No channel goes more into depth across all the coins on 3 broadcasts today. One in the morning at 9:30 live, this one in the evening taped, and then our 12-hour show in the evening. In this recording, we're going to go over a lot of charts, but let's jump into some of the charts right now to see where the market is at the time of this recording. Bitcoin, 38,000. This is the one-day chart. Ethereum at 2,600. It was 2,500 much of the day. There's Doge, and there is currently Polygon. Also, coins across the board that we'll be looking at in tonight's recording. We'll be looking at the 7-day chart of a series of coins. We'll be looking and seeing how they have moved, how they have rebounded, and how some have still struggled across the board. We'll also take a look at what is a slide and what is not a dip. We'll take a look at what were the price predictions going into the market crashes and what are the price predictions now several days out of the market crashes. What remain my top pick coins of picks across the board. And we'll look and see which coins are making moves and which ones I think could still go higher. And then we'll also do a split screen later in this recording in which go into CoinMarketCap and understand where the market's right now. But first, let me join you with the breaking details. The breaking details as you start this evening is that we learned this morning more about that downturns, those two downturns last week. What we learned essentially was the following. That there was programmatic selling, not human reaction, but programmatic selling that caused those two market crashes last week. What does that mean? We now learned that while the People's Republic of China caused initial sell-offs on those two market crashes last week, it just started the ball. What really kicked the ball down to the base last week was the call orders on margin calls. Oh boy, what is this margin call and what does it mean when a margin is called? What does it mean when the call order is executed? So let me explain what's going on. A lot of people we now learn had big positions in cryptocurrency on debt. They borrowed to take the position. And their borrowing position allowed the lender to execute a sell order, a margin call, when the coin had dropped below a certain level. That's why you saw some coins drift down when a first announcement came out of the People's Republic of China, and then suddenly catapult down, skyrocket, free fall. That free fall was not individuals. It was not individuals getting nervous. It was not individuals panic selling. It was actually computers that were programmed to execute closing out accounts where they were bought on margin and the coins fell below those levels. There is now new concerns going into the rest of this week that other people may be still buying coins on margin, or that they already had positions on margin before, and that another downdraft could execute another liquidation event. This is a big issue. Also a big issue is whether we've reached the market bottom. And the third issue is that some coins are below those 2 drop levels from last week. They have not regained traction. So let's go over the details starting right now. How do you know if we're at the bottom? How do we know if we have regained our footing? This is what you need to know. When we're looking at cryptocurrency, the only way you can gauge is the chart. Intuition, I sense, I feel, I sense a pump is going on. No, that is fool's game. The only way you know whether the market has rebounded is looking at the charts. Because in the case of cryptocurrency, unlike stocks, you don't have corporate earnings. You don't have same-source sales. All you have is the charts. And the charts indicate where the coins were over the 7-day, over the 3-month, over this 1 year, and over the last few hours. And this is what we know going into tonight. I told you after crash number 1 that if 2 events occurred, you should not presume we're at the bottom. We are not. And that you should really not get into the market. You should not yet be buying. What were those 2 benchmarks? Those 2 benchmarks were the following. 1, Bitcoin under 35,000. 2, Ethereum under 2,500. I said that if either one of the 2 benchmarks is met or not met, you should not be getting in. Example, let's say Ethereum remains under 2,400 for over 2 days, but Bitcoin is at 40,000. I don't think you should get in because it still shows there could be a big downdraft coming. On the other side, if both coins remain above those benchmarks, should you get back in? Then if those two coins remain over those benchmarks for a protracted period of time, a few days, then you could feel that potentially we've reached the market bottom. So let's go into the coins right now and see what is going on. Here is what you need to know, is that we have not held those benchmarks over any protracted period of time. Throughout much of today, Ethereum has been under 2,500, while Bitcoin has been over 35,000. Here's Ethereum right now. But you see earlier in the day, let me jump in with my mouse right now. You see earlier in the day how low Ethereum got. This is the 1-day chart. So Ethereum was under 2,400 much of the day. This is bad news. This is bad news. Now, if we look at our 24-hour window on Ethereum, how are we doing? We're down. This is what I don't like about the market at the moment. Ethereum going into the market crash was down 3% every single day. Going into the market crash, Ethereum was not performing well. It was down 3% every single day. Now, other coins that I enjoyed, that I really like KUSAMA and Aave and Polygon and Synthetic, were up every single day going into the market crash, while Ethereum was losing 3 to 4 or 5% every single day. That was a bad signal. So coming out of the market crash, what did I say? I want Ethereum up. I want it up every single day or at least flat. It's down. It's down today, and it's not a market crash day. So here comes Ethereum again, coming out of the market crash, and it's struggling. All right, that signals that we're not at the bottom because Ethereum is not staying above 2,500, while Bitcoin is above 35,000. All right, now let's turn to, now that we understand that we could go lower, how do we know when we may go lower? And here are the two things to take in consideration. 1, any bad news statement out of the People's Republic of China could absolutely take this market down. We had 2 statements from the People's Republic of China last week, one day, 48 hours later, another statement, both at 4 to 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Watch that clock. And both those news statements brought the markets into 2 crashes. But what's really quite fascinating is that there was another downdraft, but not a crash, but a downdraft after crash number 2 that started on Friday and really got bad by Sunday. Here's what you always know if you've been watching this channel, is that Saturdays are up days. The best day of the week, if you ever want to sell and look for that big high of the week, is Saturday morning between sunrise and 11 to 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's when the coins are generally at the highest of the entire week. And then they go down. They go down all the way to Sunday evening. They're usually at their worst around Sunday early evening, Sunday late afternoon. They're usually the lowest of the week. Well, this last week, after those 2 market crashes midweek, the coins actually, some of them got below crash 2's level, meaning they had not regained enough during those days after the crash that by Sunday's downturn, usual cyclical downturn on Sundays, the coins were still down. Let's look at the charts right now to understand the situation. I want to give you an example of how I am concerned about this market. Let's look at some charts, and we're going to look at them over the 7-day. First, let's just grab a chart right here. So there is one. Let me pull in and grab my mouse with you. So here's the 7-day. Let's look at this chart. Here is crash number one. You can recognize crash number one very easily. It was where that programmatic execution of sales occurred. Remember, it was downdrafting here. People's Republic was up, talking up about here. People were starting to sell. And then the call orders came in to close out, to liquidate those margin accounts. And the market crashed here. Then it regained. Then the People's Republic of China spoke again. And it crashed here. Then it got that big pop. And it then didn't deliver Saturday. Saturday last weekend was not as strong as you wanted, and then Sunday got very bad. Look at this chart here. So by Sunday, look how low Sunday is. Sunday, you're actually below crash number two. You're almost as low as crash number one. But look what's happening since then. A regaining, good. And how are we doing right now? We're not particularly that much higher than crash number two. But that is a good chart. I want to be above crash 2 and crash 1. Let's look at another chart right now. Here is another chart. Here is Polygon. So here's an example of a chart of a coin that's done much better. Polygon, if you were watching this channel before the crash, was up every single day before the crash. It was just killing it. It was just absolutely on fire. And here you see crash number 1. You can recognize it because it's the a big drop. There's crash number 2. You can recognize it. And look how bad Polygon got Sunday. So this is different than the last chart. Look at this. This is Sunday, folks. Look how bad Polygon got on Sunday. It got substantially lower than the second crash and the first crash. So you see how this coin in particular took a far bigger dip on Sunday than the coin I showed you right before. And then came this ride. This is crazy. This is an 80-cent Polygon position. If anyone bought it on 80 cents, congratulations, because that's a great buy. It's a risky buy. I don't like anything that risky. Not anything I would ever want to go near. But if you got it at 80 cents, congratulations, because then it went as high as, I think, $2. And then it's come down to $1.72, which, of course, from $2 to $1.72 is a big dip. But how does $1.72 pair up compared to first crash? We're above first and second. So there you go. That is a really promising chart, meaning the coin has regained its traction, is above crash number 1 and crash number 2. But boy, it took a major hit on Sunday. To show you that Aave coin moves the same, let's jump into another chart right now. And here is this chart. Look, this is Aave. Look how bad Aave has done since crash 1. Here's crash 1. Here's crash 2. So Aave got worse in the crash 2. And while Aave gained a little bit after crash 2, look at this. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, same dip as around Polygon. And then today, just not enough. Not enough. It's below crash 2 and crash 1. Does that signal we are not at the bottom? Absolutely. It's just Captain Obvious moment. We are clearly not at the bottom, folks. If Aave, which was outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum going into the crashes, is still below crash 2's levels or almost equal to it, then any downdrift could really kick it. Here's Cardano. Let's jump into Cardano's chart. So Cardano was another coin that I was recommending before the two market crashes. Let's go into, here's the 7-day. So here's the 7-day chart. Wow. So in the case of the first crash, Cardano really took it badly. The second market crash, not as bad. But look at this one. This is like Polygon's chart. Sunday, no one said there was a crash Sunday. No one reported a crash Sunday. There was no statement from the People's Republic of China Sunday. I told you Sundays are always down. I told you they go down starting on Saturday and go all the way down to Sunday. But look at what happened with Sunday. With absolutely no news, with clearly no programmatic selling, because it's not like this. Look at this. This is, when you see a straight up and down line, this is where the computers are selling. Not humans. These are computers. Here, it's just getting bad. It's just getting bad. And then it barely can struggle back up. So how's it doing now? It's doing well. So now it has regained what it lost from crash 1 and crash 2. But this downdrift here is very worrisome. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you know I'm going to say this stuff in here is not a dip. You know, It is just misusing the terminology. This is a slide. Look at this. This is a slide. We are going down here. You're just buying part of the slide. And you're buying as we're heading downhill. Let's look out at a bigger chart here. So you see how Cardano is not returning investment for people who have been buying it over the last few months. If you bought it back here, you're still at the same level right now. Let's look out further on Cardano. Okay, so here we go. Here you go, where Cardano is nearly at the bottom of the mountain on this ride. When do I talk about mountains? Let me jump into that prior, I think it was Doge. So let me jump into Doge right here. So in the case of Doge's chart, let's go out to where Doge made its run before the Elon SNL appearance. Okay, so how's Doge doing? We're out pretty far on this chart. How's Doge doing on the mountain? So it is halfway down the mountain. This was the start of the run up the mountain. It is halfway down the mountain. So it's holding up pretty well. But other coins, when you look at how they have done over the mountain, it's not particularly as good. Let's jump into this chart and let's go back to Cardano. So in the case of Cardano, let's see how it has done over that run. So Cardano is basically at these levels here. Now this was all flat. Let me move my mouse away so you can see that. That's a trading range. Where it goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. That's a trading range. So all this was no profits. There's no profits, there's no losses in here. You're just holding. And we're basically at that. So here's the concern on Cardano or a market crash. Just use this as an example. Imagine if there's another downdraft. How bad could the next downdraft be? It could be this. It could be this because this was all resistance level. Let me show you what its resistance level is. Here's resistance level. It means you're trading in a range. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down. If you break through the lower arrow, the bottom arrow, the red one, it means you could go down much lower. So when we're looking at that Cardano chart, we're understanding that, hey, let's jump into that chart. It's like, hey, look, if I break lower, I could go into a lower resistance level. All right, so let's jump into the split screen and understand where the market is tonight. You now see how some coins, coinmarketcap.com is on the split screen. You now see how some coins, like Aave, have not regained their footing since two market crashes. Other coins, like Polygon, Cardano, are back at where they were before the two market crashes. And then Ethereum, which was down 3% day after day before the two market crashes, is down today. I don't want to see that. I fear. Ethereum was down when I pressed record. Now it's up 1%. Yeah, that's not so great. So Ethereum is 2600. That is getting out of my worry zone. So it is now above the 2500 zone, but just for a few minutes. So Ethereum is now 2600. Let's see if Ethereum can have up days all the way to Friday. Or at least to Saturday. Let's see if Ethereum could get to 2800. That would mean potentially we're out of the bottom. If it doesn't, if Ethereum just keeps on going 24, 26, 23, 26, that's troubling. Tonight, Bitcoin is down 1%. Let's go over the market. The market is currently down 3%, 4%. The market was up this morning. It was up, I can't remember, I think it was up 5 to 10%. It's now down 3%, 4%. Now, is that unusual? No, we've been seeing that lately where the market is up in the morning and by the evening it gets bad. Again, this show is taped, for full disclaimer, it's taped at 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So by the time it airs, let's see where the market's going to be. But Bitcoin is currently 38,000, down 1%. Ethereum is up 1%, 2,600. But Ethereum, of course, was down to 2,600. How's Cardano today? So Cardano is $1.54. With ADA is $1.54, which is down for the 24-hour, because it's run. A lot of these coins are down for the 24-hour because their run started late Sunday into Monday. Now that we are almost heading into the end of Tuesday, they are down. So Cardano went as high as about $1.60. Earlier today, Cardano went as low as $1.40. So the fact that it's $1.54, interesting. Let's pull out on some other coins in our top 10 market capitalization. Brings us to Polygon. So there's Polygon. It is currently up 3%. It's at $1.80. There goes Polygon. Polygon has just been insanely volatile. It was not this volatile before the market crash. The reason why I liked Polygon was before the market crash, Polygon was just up 3% every single day. 3%, 5%, 10% up. Today, boy, I wish I could bring up this I think I have the Polygon 24-hour chart. The Polygon 24-hour chart is crazy. It's just, I don't like it. It's crazy. Let me see if I can find it here. I think it's this one. No, that's synthetic. So that means it's right there is Polygon. So there's Polygon's 24-hour chart. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. Up, down, up, down. These are big moves. This is a cheap coin. Remember, if a coin is cheap, you can lose as much as you can gain on a Bitcoin. For example, it was 80 cents on Sunday. It went to $2 early Monday, which is huge. I mean, it's more than 200% return your money. And then it went to $1.70. So imagine you bought it at $2 and you went to $1.70. That's a sizable loss. If you're looking at this chart, it has gone to $1.80, 1, 2, 3. It's doing it right now again. 4. It's done it 4 times. So that is what I showed you in the earlier image. It's in a trading range. Now, I like this trading range because it's relatively tight. It's $1.60 to $1.80. It did drop to $1.50. Now, what I don't like was what it did on Sunday, which it was trading 80 to 2. That's a little crazy. That is a little too volatile. All right, let's go back into the split screen and see what's going on with some of the other coins. Remember, that's how we do on this channel. I go over all the coins, and if you have questions or comments, drop in the comments in the comments, and I'll try to answer them in either the next show or in the live chat. All right, Stellar is down for the day. Is down at the moment. Solana down. Solana's being hammered. Solana's down 2%, $30. Solana was supposed to be the poster child. It was recommended by a lot of analysts, and it was supposed to be the safe haven after those two Bitcoin crashes. Well, guess what? Its 7-day is no bueno. Solana is now substantially below the first and second crash. That is why you have to be very focused on what your coin is doing after these 2 crashes. You already saw Aave. Aave is down 3% right now. It is down 41% for the 7-day. But then that brings us to Shiba. I think I have a Shiba chart here somewhere. But, I don't think that Shiba deserves your attention. Shiba I don't have a Shiba chart. But Shiba, I don't think deserves your attention. Here's what's at issue with Shiba. When you look at Shiba, it had its moment, and its moment was before the SNL appearance by Elon Musk. And ever since that Saturday appearance, it has been down every single day. I mean, how much more obvious can you make it? This is Shiba's chart. Straight up for the SNL appearance, and then down. Oh, I'll go up 2% for one day, and then I'll go down more. So where is Shiba right now? It is literally 90% back down the mountain that has gone up. Shiba is just one event away from being back to worthless where it was before that SNL appearance. Do I like that? No. Would I go anywhere near that? Absolutely not. Shiba is at the brink of going from bad to no more of any value. So I would not go anywhere near Shiba. Now, of the coins further out on market capitalization, anyone making moves, Huobi token, which I had detailed before the crash, is up right now 5%. It was up more earlier today. Is there any coin making big major moves that we should look at? There is RUNE, Thor Chain, up 12%. Interesting. It's down 44%. Any other coins making substantial moves further out on market capitalization? No. There's Holo, which I detailed earlier this morning on Morning's Crypto. Hot, H-O-T, Holo, up 17%. The reason why it may be attractive is that price point. People, for some reason, like a coin that is 0.002 cents. So they can say, I bought 12 million coins of this thing. And then you ask them, how much was that? $120. here's what you need to know, is that you can lose your shirt as easily on a cheap coin as an expensive coin. So just because the coin is cheap, don't think it's a faster way to make your money. People think that they can get hundreds, millions and millions of coins of a very cheap coin and make far more money than buying an expensive coin. No, it's all escalation. So hot is hot is hot at the moment. It's up 17%. Is there any other coin that is expensive that is up 17% right now? Actually, there is no other coin that's up 17% right now. But there's Neo, which is up 7%, and it's a $56 coin. So, there's Rune, which is $11, and that's up 12%. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean you make more money. Remember, if a coin is $200, $300, $48,000, you can buy just a $10 investment in it. You don't have to buy the big major investment. And as we go out further, coins like Harmony are being hit badly right now. It was down 14% earlier. It's down 5% right now. CeeLo. CeeLo, how are you doing? Up 18%. Wow. CeeLo. Let me take a look at CeeLo. So, a lot of this when I do these recordings, it's a cold read. So you're seeing my reaction. I know nothing about CeeLo. I have never tracked CeeLo. I've never stalked CeeLo as I use on the terminology of this channel. So I'm looking at the 7-day chart. It's a mess. CeeLo is down below the first crash, below the second chart. Let's look at the 1-month chart. Oh, it's a horrible mess. So CeeLo is just a coin that's been, the 3-month chart is even worse. So here's an example of what you need to know. And this is how we do it on this channel, is that when you're looking at a coin that you're interested in, and I'm going to use CeeLo as a perfect example, you do not want to focus on only one chart. So you saw what's going on. I was going through coinmarketcap.com and I found a coin I never looked at before, CeeLo, up to 18%. Wow. 24 hours. Wow, let's look at. And then I looked at the 7-day chart. Oh, it's horrible. I looked at the 3-month chart. Oh, it's worse. I looked at the 1 year. Oh, it's dreadful. That's why you have to look out on your coin. Well, what should you know going into this evening? Here's what you need to know. First, there are some coins that are above the 2 crash levels now. There are some coins that have not regained their footing since those 2 crashes. They're still below those levels. I don't think you should be buying a coin that's below those 2 levels, way below those 2 crash levels. You can recognize the first crash, there was this one, and then the second one was shortly after was like that. If that coin is still below the first and second crash levels, I wouldn't buy it. I mean, there's enough coins that have regained their footing and are going up. So I would not buy a coin that is below crash 1 and crash 2 levels. That's the first thing. Second, I would not look at just one chart. You got to look at first. You got to look at the 24, 7, 30, and the 1 year. I want you to look at the mountain. I want you to know the mountain, your coin. Every coin has a mountain. The mountain may have started the run up to the moon in January or February or March, or in the rare case of Shiba, May. And I want you to know when it started that mountain, what date it did, and what that price point was. Here's what I want you to know, is I want you to look at the other side of the mountain and see how far down the mountain is it. Is it down only 50% of the mountain? Is it down 90% of the mountain, like in the case of a Shiba? So if it's down substantially on the mountain, understand you could get in a very bad situation right now. I would prefer a coin that's not so far down the mountain on the other side, because that could mean it has more strength. It is held up well in these 2 market crashes. Number 3 is that I want you to continue to track Ethereum. Next, I want you to track Ethereum and Bitcoin still. Ethereum, I want it to stay over 2,500 day after day for several days, and Bitcoin over 35,000. I want both of those events to occur. If they're not both happening, I don't think we're out of the market crash. We're not out of the market crash, out of the market. We're not to the bottom of this market because those 2 coins are not both doing it. Ethereum is not staying consistently over 2,500 for 24 hours. It's going up and going down and going up and going down, under 2,500, above 2,500. So I don't think we're at the bottom of this market. Next, don't ever buy on margin. Please don't. Additionally, don't think that a crash will be the only downturn. We saw that Sunday slide was far more significant in the case of some altcoins than the 2 crashes early in the week. That Sunday slide, which took a while, because remember, Sunday slides start on Saturday at about noon. It took half a Saturday and all Sunday. And after that day and a half of going down, it was far more significant than the two market crashes in the case of some altcoins. So understand that is what's at play. We're going into the end of the week. So what should you know? Fridays are generally starting to get traction up. Saturday morning to 11 a.m. are the highest day of the week. So you should not be a buyer on a Saturday morning unless there's a market crash and unless you want to be a seller. And then we start to slide down on Sunday. The People's Republic of China has been that vehicle for the two market crashes with news statements on 4 to 6 a.m. So to the extent that you can watch news or be attentive to news at that price, at that time of the 4 to 6 a.m. in the middle of the week, watch for that news. What were their news statements? 1, banning all mining of Bitcoin in the People's Republic of China. Their next step could be banning all altcoin mining. Their first statement that caused the first crash was banning all financial institutions in China from engaging cryptocurrency. Ultimately, my opinion is that what will impact the cryptocurrency industry the most is not China-specific regulations, like for its citizens or its financial institutions, but things that go after the mining. The mining, because so much of the mining of these coins is in China, that if China goes after mining of other coins or mining of the entire industry, it will impact people in other countries. It has nothing to do with China. It'll impact things in other countries, and it'll impact you. Finally, understand that a slide down may be followed by a programmatic computer sale order. And that sell order will kick in when those margin calls happen. How do you know? And how would that potentially be a buying opportunity for you if there's no other risks involved in the market, which I've detailed in this video? An example is downturning throughout the day after some major event, whatever it is, downturning. And it's been so much down for that day that it may kick in. You will see something abrupt on the chart where suddenly it just seems straight down. This is a slide. This is straight down. When you see this, it looks like a programmatic sell. This is not people. This is people. They want to get out. The computers are getting out. And when this is happening, understand it's going to keep on falling and get ready to buy. If you want to buy, I recommend you not unless we're above those two price levels. Again, the coins that we detail on this channel today were Doge, Bitcoin, Ethereum, KUSAMA, Aave, Polygon, Synthetic, Solana. Coins that have done well after these two market crashes have been Synthetic, Polygon. Bitcoin has done relatively well, even though it's down for the year. And Doge so far is holding decently in the 30s range. Is there an opportunity at the moment, to turn massive returns on your money? Well, you did see that Polygon move from 60, 80 cents to $2 in a few hours. Now, that requires a lot of work to be looking at a computer, to be getting in at 80 cents and getting out at $2. But if you're not doing that work, then your 80 cents is going to go right to 150, which is what Polygon did. It went 80 to 2, then down to 150. So then at that point, you're doubling your money, but you're not 300% your money, which was what it nearly did for some viewers. But do I think that coins will be, having those massive run-ups that we saw in early May? Not yet, just yet. This market is very unstable, and now we learned, because of that breaking news this morning, that programmatic sales is still at issue. And with that, thank you for joining me on Evenings Crypto. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. This is the fastest growing channel there is in the cryptocurrency space. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. With 400,000 subscribers in 1 year YouTube record, next stop is 1 million. Hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member. The membership link's at the top of the chat. Stay informed, stay focused, drop your comments, and stay with LALATE for more.